Hey, healthy runners, it's Monday night, which means it's Monday Night Spark. So, in tonight's Monday Night Spark, we are going to be talking about three specific exercises you should be doing as a runner. So, for most of you, you might have had a delay this morning, school delay, because the roads were pretty icy. So, what do we do as runners when we're not able to go outside and actually run in the winter time because of icy roads or there's snow on the ground? Now, I'll be the first to tell you that I pretty much go out there when the roads are a little snowy. I'm not a little scared of a little snow or a little ice, but this morning, given the timing of everything and how it was going to be pretty frozen at that time, unfortunately, I was not able to run, which I was not happy about because I am one of those people who likes to start the week off right, get in that morning, Monday morning run, and then work out after that. So we're going to be kind of taking a deep dive into that tonight. You guys are coming on here strong. If you're jumping on here on the live, just type in live. And if you guys are watching this on the replay, or if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, the Spark Your Training YouTube channel, then just type in Team Replay into the comment box. So I think this is a big dilemma that we have as runners, especially here in the Northeast. When the roads get a little icy, then it can derail your training a little bit. So if you guys got derailed this morning, just type in derail into the comment box below. Crystal, thank you for jumping on here. Amber's here on the live. Crystal says, hey. Laura, good to see you again. Thanks for jumping on here. Corey, what's up? Thanks for jumping on here on the live. And Laura says, hi, Dwayne. So this morning, as I was, a little annoyed that I couldn't get my run in, but I'm starting to kind of think of this as a glass half full mindset, and thinking about the opportunity to actually have a little bit more time dedicated to kind of getting to one of my main tenets, and kind of when we started this group to begin with, is that you need to train in order to run. So running is not your only form of exercise, but you should be training your body in order to run if you want to do it healthy, right? So that's kind of the whole. So can I just stop for a second and give you guys a little shout out here to the all the Healthy Runners CT group members, because obviously last week was Thanksgiving, and I apologize I wasn't able to jump on and do a live. I really wanted to, but things were a bit hectic with the road race that we had on Thursday morning, and then I hosted family dinner here, and then it just got into Black Friday shopping, and then it got into decorating. As you can see, we started to decorate. We got a little lights. We got a little nutcracker behind me. So we're starting to get the Scotty Lights show going. And I spent much of my weekend doing all the outside lights. But I just want to thank you guys because I am super, super thankful, honestly, for this group and all of you runners who have been so supportive in what we've started here, and those that have been contributing to the group. I greatly appreciate you, and I'm very thankful for actually kind of taking these quote-unquote risk and doing some of these live videos and putting myself out there, because honestly, the benefits that I've gotten from joining this community and starting this community and learning from so many of you. And I love when I see someone post something and you guys are helping each other. I think that's really, really cool, the community that we're kind of creating and building and growing. So we're over 400 healthy runners strong now. So I just want to give you guys a little shout out and tell you that I was thinking about you and during Thanksgiving. So I hope you had an awesome time with your families, and everyone probably ate way too much. I ate some really good food, had some nice beverages, and sparked up the fireplace, no pun intended there, and spent some time with the family. So it was great, and really looking forward to the holidays. This is one of my favorite times of the year, besides summer, of course, when I could be at the beach. I love Christmas time, so I really get into it. I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of posts with that. But let's get into the first exercise you should be doing in the gym, because when you're not able to run, take advantage of that time and actually train your muscles in order to run. So one of the muscle groups that I often see is neglected in a lot of runners that I do help is the hip abductors. So those are the abductors, or your side hip muscles, to put it easily. Those are your gluteus medius muscle on the side. That is the main one, and that is the one that we really want to strengthen. There's two other little muscles on the side of your hip there, but the gluteus medius muscle is key, and you need to be training this muscle. And your traditional exercises, that traditional leg exercises that you would think of, most people, if they do a generalized, leg strengthening program, maybe they went to a personal trainer and they just found out some exercises for their legs. They might do squats, deadlifts, lunges, knee extension, knee curl machine, hamstring curl machine, and you're really not at all targeting your gluteus medius muscle. So one of the ways that you are going to be able to target that muscle, and I guess let me just say one moment first, why is it important for you as a runner to use this muscle? Because when you run, you're standing on one leg every single step that you take as a runner. When you're on one leg, that muscle on the side of your hip, let me see here, if this guy is my little muscle guy, we can get a little bit of the side of the hip muscle. So that's kind of the gluteus medius fibers are like here, and they're like fan shaped, and those muscles keep your pelvis nice and level. So when your foot hits the ground, boom, foot hits the ground, it keeps your pelvis nice and level. If your muscle is weak, then your pelvis starts to drop down. When your pelvis drops down, the knee goes in. That can be a contributing factor to knee pain. So the most common form of kneecap pain in runners, the contributing factor is usually you're not activating, or you have weakness on your side hip muscle. So that's why it's important for you as a runner to actually do exercises that target this muscle. So one of the exercises that I love to do, there's one like activation exercise for those that are really weak that I love, kind of against the wall, doing the wall side. But if you are a little bit beyond that, then one that is very running specific, because your foot is on the ground. So remember that too, guys. When you're training your leg muscles, you want to train with your foot on the ground. That is what I like to call a lateral pelvic drop. So you're taking your pelvis, slowly lowering it down for 2 seconds, and then bringing it back up. Slowly lowering down and bringing it back up. So that exercise is very helpful at strengthening that gluteus medius muscle. So those of you that are jumping on here on the live, just type in live. Those that are watching this on the replay, thank you so much for watching this. And just type in hashtag team replay, so I know you did catch this. Sundar is here on the live. Hey, Sundar, how are you? William, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining. And Peter's here on the live. Thank you for joining, Peter. So that is the first exercise, is making sure when you're in the gym, and I did these this morning, supersetted these between pull-ups, chin-ups, and then my chest exercise. So a good thing, guys, if you haven't done it yet, is definitely superset your exercise in the gym. Don't kind of do a set, sit there for like a minute or two and kind of waste time. You might as well be more efficient in your workout, actually almost get a little cardio effect to your workout by supersetting different muscle groups. So as my back muscles and my chest muscles, the pecs, are kind of recovering in between sets, I'm working different muscle groups. So I always love to go upper body, lower body, superset back and forth. So in between my chin-ups, I did my lateral pelvic drops, and then I did some ball push-ups with a plus in between there. And then I'm trying to think, I think I did a reverse lunge into a single leg kind of hold in between there. So it's kind of like 4 exercises. I just go back and forth, do 3 sets of that, and then kind of move on to the next little circuit there. So lateral pelvic drops, you should be doing those. If you're not doing them, once you master them and you're actually activating that muscle, then you can start to add load and add weight. So you can simply hold a kettlebell by your side, or hold a plate by your side, and that will add resistance to that muscle. All right, exercise numero dos. So exercise number 2 is your hip external rotators. What the heck are your hip external rotators? Those are the muscles deep in your butt area. So these muscles actually turn your leg out, but more importantly for you as a runner, those are the muscles that are contracting and prevent your leg from turning in too much. So think to yourself, if you're someone who has really flat arches, so you're an overpronator, right? You have flat arches. Maybe they've told you at the running store that you should get a motion control shoe, or you've been told to get super feet. You've been told to, get a stability shoe, then this, I'm talking to you. You need to be specifically training your external rotators. So those muscles deep in your hip. You might have heard the biggest external rotator we have in the body is called the piriformis. You might have heard about the piriformis muscle. You might have been told you have piriformis syndrome before, where you get spasming in that muscle. You might have been told your piriformis was compressing your sciatic nerve and giving you sciatica symptoms. That's the muscle that I'm talking about, is that external rotator muscle. There's a lot of other little small external rotators back there, but the piriformis is the primary muscle. So those muscles help control the deceleration of your leg when it hits the ground. So when your foot hits the ground, if you pronate, your anti-pronation muscle is your piriformis muscle. So if you have excessive overpronation with your gait or with your running stride, then the stronger your external rotators are, it slows that down. So it can make up if you have a really flat arch or if you don't wear foot orthotics. So your external rotators are key and critical at also preventing knee pain, so that kneecap pain, especially if you've ever been told that you toe in, so you walk with your toes in, or when you were a kid, you did a lot of W sitting. So if you have this bony deformity in your hip, it's called anteversion, basically your hip socket turns in too much, then your external rotators need to even be that much stronger, because your normal alignment has a tendency for your knee to go in. So you need to prevent all of that excessive motion, so there's not too much repetitive stress with every single step that you take during your running. So strengthening that muscle, and if you guys ever have seen the clamshell exercise, lying on your side, rotating your knee up and down, then that would target that muscle. It's a nice isolation exercise. There are weight bearing progressions to that exercise that are really important to do for you as a runner. So if you want that exercise, just type in exercise into the comment box. I'll be happy to send that to you with a link of that exercise on my YouTube channel. So that is exercise number 2. So those of you who are jumping on here on the live, just let me know you're here on the live. Peter says hi, just ran in icy conditions. Ooh, Peter, yeah. So you like to live on the danger zone there and live on the edge. I'm kind of similar to you, that I need to get in my runs whenever I need to get them in. I didn't really need to get in a run today as much as I usually do, especially I did wind up running 11 the other day. So I took a big jump up. So I was like, yeah, my body needs a little recovery today. But good for you, Peter. Good for getting that run in. So Crystal says, do you have a video you can share for these exercises? Kind of visual learn. Absolutely, Crystal. I will send you those specific videos of these 3 exercises. These are like the heavy hit targets that you definitely should be doing when you are training in the gym. And I know you're training in the gym. So Peter, I will send you that exercise. Crystal says exercise. And Wes is here on the live. How you doing, Wes? Good to see you on through our computer, where I can look out my window and probably see you as well. So let's get into exercise number 3. So we talked about hip abductors, hip external rotators. The last one I'm going to talk about is calf muscle. So are you doing specific calf raises or exercises to strengthen your calf muscle? So again, when you're in the gym, the bigger guys and those bigger muscle groups are very important. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying not to do squats, not to do deadlifts, not to do lunges, because I do them. But you have to remember the smaller sometimes and the running specific muscles you need to hit when you're in the gym too. The bigger guys are excellent at burning calories, at getting your metabolism up. So those are really, really good from a big muscle group standpoint. So they should be incorporated in your training. But the calf muscles, did you know you as a runner should be able to do 25 single leg calf raises? So if you knew that, just type in, I knew that. Or if you didn't know that, just type in, had no clue, into the comment box. But for you as a runner, you should be able to stand on one leg and go up and down on your ball of your foot 25 times with good control, keeping your knee totally straight. So most people who are weak, they will start to bend their knee and compensate. When you bend your knee and compensate, think about how you're compensating when you run. So when you run, your calf muscle contracts every single step you take. So think about how many steps that you are taking and how much compensation that you're going to have when you are running. So think about can you do 25 of those? And are you isolating that muscle? So are you doing calf raises on your own? So what I would recommend is you start out with honestly doing endurance training. So doing that single leg calf raise, as many as you can possibly do before you're feeling that burning fire in your calf muscle and you need to stop and rest. Work up to getting 25 of those with your knee straight, as well as next set, do them with a slight bend in your knee. So do 25 of those with a slight bend in your knee. That works your deeper muscle. Ooh, got a little visual of this one. That works your deeper muscle. All right, check it out. We got the calf muscle. So there's our foot. This is the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius that I'm talking about. And if we actually take this guy off here, underneath, we have your soleus muscle. This is actually, honestly, this is actually deeper than the soleus. So we really can't see the soleus. It's kind of in here. It's been removed over here. This is your soleus under the gastroc. These are actually your deeper muscles, your flexor hallucis longus, and some deeper muscles that control our toes. But you guys kind of get the point here is that the soleus muscle is beneath the gastroc head. So this would be your gastrocnemius, the big muscle. This is cut out here. This is showing your soleus muscle. It's a little flatter. And it also kind of plantar flexes your foot. So it kind of adds in that push off. So like when you're propelling yourself, that muscle is contracting. But more importantly for you as a runner, those muscles slow down the advancement of your shin bone as it comes forward. So if it is weak and you don't have endurance in it, then your mechanics can be a little faster when your shin bone comes forward. It can lead to things such as shin splints, inside of your ankle tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis. All of those are commonly seen, and a lot of the runners I see who have those conditions commonly cannot do 25 calf raises. So that is something you should definitely be working on. I always do it at least once a week. So that's always into my plan. I usually do it on my plyometric day. So on Wednesdays after my plyometric training, I'll work on endurance. Today, I did resisted calf raises. So I actually did those under machine standing resisted calf raises where I added load and added weight because I need to get the strength and resiliency in my tendon to prevent some Achilles tendonitis because unfortunately, I'm in the 40 to 49 age group now, and I'm at most risk for getting those Achilles problems. So I'm going to prevent those for a lot of the people and a lot of runners that I see in my age bracket that winds up getting degeneration of their Achilles. So endurance is very important for your calf muscle. So if that makes sense to you guys, then just type in makes sense. Oh, Wes is at work. So Wes, I cannot see you. And Laura, older population can't do one. Yes, no, it's very, very common that you will see a lot of people who are not runners and that they can't even do one calf raise. So that is a muscle group that is important and sometimes forgotten about because it's a little smaller muscle group than the big guys like the glutes and the quads. So notice how I really didn't talk about those today. And it's not to say that the glutes and quads aren't important for you as a runner, but the three ones that I find are missing from most runners that I see are the three that we talked about today. So let's recap this, guys. Hip abductors, your side hip muscles. Make sure you're hitting those up. Your hip external rotators, your deep butt muscles. Make sure you're hitting those up because that prevents rotation of your knee and your foot going in. Remember your anti-pronation muscles. And then third is your calf muscles, specifically working them for endurance, making sure you can do 25 repetitions of a single leg calf raise. And you should be even doing those off of the heel or off the edge of a step, which will give you a little bit more range of motion and mobility there. So if some of the exercises that we talked about today, you're not familiar with, just type in exercise into the comment box. I will send you the YouTube videos that I have of these exercises. I'll be happy to do that. If you feel like you need a little bit more guidance and you're not doing these exercises and you really don't know what you should be doing as a runner, one of the things that I do help runners out with, not only those that are injured, so those that are currently experiencing pain, Achilles pain, plantar fasciitis, kneecap pain, right? Those are the common culprits, hamstring pain, side of the hip pain. Those that are having pain, I certainly can help them get out of pain more importantly, find the root cause of what is the contributing factor to their pain. And the three that I talked about today are common patterns I see in a lot of the runners that I help. So, if you're looking to kind of get and find out what is the root cause of your pain, I would love to jump on a call with you and see if it's the right fit for us to meet in person. So we can kind of help you out, because you should not be running through pain. That is first off, if it's pain due to dysfunction. So versus just muscle soreness and muscle pain. If you're running through pain and you think it's going to go away, I will be the first to tell you it will not go away. You need to actually get it treated, and you need to get put on a plan to correct the contributing factors. And if you don't correct those contributing factors, your pain's going to constantly come back. You're going to take 2 to 3 days off of running. You're going to pop some Advil, Motrin, or Aleve for like 3 days, and you're going to stop running for 3 or 4 days, and then you're going to try it again, and then your pain's going to come back. And you're going to get very frustrated because you're never going to be able to get consistent with your running and hit your running goals that you want to hit. So I can certainly help you out with that. But the other thing that a couple of runners I was just talking to the other day weren't aware of is that I do healthy runner screens, actually. And this really started out from the gymnastics medicine realm, and a lot of the gymnasts that I help in the beginning of the season. I talk to all the parents, and we talk about doing more of like a healthy gymnastics screen where I take them through a full body evaluation, find out what their bodies need, which muscle groups, muscle imbalances they have, and I put them on a plan. So I give them a specific detailed plan based upon their bodies in order to keep them healthy during the season. So I do the same thing for runners as well. And what I do is we go through a running analysis. So I look at your running, we take video of it, we break it down frame by frame. I see exactly what's going on with your running pattern. And then I correlate that results with my physical exam. So testing all of the muscles throughout your lower body, even your core strength, looking at your muscle length, seeing what are the contributing factors that is leading to some of the things that we saw in your running or your gait pattern, and then correlate those with your medical history and seeing if you've had a history of Achilles, tendonitis, or you've had a history of knee pain that kind of keeps coming back every season, or you've had a history of hamstring strains. So those are the things that we correlate, and then I put those runners on a healthy plan. So I devise a customized program for you so you can start training to run, and then you'll know what to do when you go to the gym and you can't run because the roads are icy or there's snow on the roads. So I would love to be able to help you out with that, because honestly, that's my passion, guys. And that's why I do a lot of this. And I kind of give you this content is because I am passionate now about helping runners stay healthy, as opposed to just having the traditional medical model and fix people. They come in, it's a resolving door. They come back in for the same issue and fix people. I love to fix people, don't get me wrong. But when I see you again, and usually I love seeing my runners and we have a great time together, but when I see you, I want it to be for a different issue, not the same issue, because if we really got down to the root cause of the problem, we will take care of that issue and it will not come back with your training. So those are the things that I would love to help you out with. So head over to sparkyourtraining.com. If you have any questions about any of the running services that I do provide, you will find a lot of the answers there. You can take a look at the 70 plus Google reviews that I have from runners just like you who have experienced my services, whether it's healthy runner services where I've seen you for 1 or 2 visits, or those who've had significant pain and they weren't able to run, and we got them back to running and beyond. So we got them not only to running, and we didn't need to quote unquote discharge you because now you can run and good luck, go run, but we've kind of stayed in touch with you, met every 3-4 weeks, progressed your program, progressed your training, talked about what you should be doing in your training, and not only from a physical therapy standpoint. So that is what we do at Spark Physical Therapy. That's my passion. That's why I love helping you guys, and I would love to be able to help you with that. So those of you who are watching this on the live, or you are watching this on the replay, are you running Christopher Martin's 5K this weekend? If you are, just type in Christopher Martin's into the comment box. This is the last road race of 2019, and I want to get a lot of healthy runner contingent out there. So if you're running, let me know. We're going to do our kind of traditional Spark warm-up that we've kind of kicked off this past year that we've done at many of the road races, and I would love to see a lot of you there. Meet up beforehand. They have a great post-race party. I guess it was voted #1 in Connecticut. This race is a little special to me because it's actually my 5K PR. Not that I'm going to be coming close to that this year, but it's a nice flat course. It's a very fun environment if you guys have not run before in New Haven. So it's a great course. I hope to see a lot of you there. If you are going, type it into the comment box. Just put in Christopher Martin's this weekend. I will be doing a little event within our group. So hopefully, look out for the event, sign up for the event so I know to find you. If you guys have not gone to any of the warm-up events before, if you show up to the event, I'll hook you up with a custom bib board that you can use for your race bibs, as opposed to using safety pins in the future. They're reusable, so you don't need to kind of waste safety pins and get poked and prodded, getting afraid that you might be stuck with a safety pin. So I'd be happy to give you a bib board if you participate in the warm-up. I'd love to just be able to kind of meet more of you who I have not met, and those that I have met, I'd love to get together with you for one last time, 2019, before we take a little reprieve from the road races for the deep, cold winter months. All right. So if any of this information was helpful for you, the one thing that I ask, guys, is please hit the like, hit the love button. The reason why I ask this, in case you don't know, is just because this will help this show up in more people's newsfeed, so I can help more runners like you. Because I have a feeling there are a lot of runners out there that don't know they should be strengthening these 3 muscles. So for those that are watching, we're watching on the live, I thank you guys a lot. And just jumping into the comments, sorry, it's taking a little while. Deb, thanks for jumping on here. Peter, he says he's dealing with shin splint pain right now. Peter, we need to talk. There's things that you can be doing for that, as well as I do have a nice video of exercise to strengthen that, but we should be talking to rule out any bone issues and kind of see how long your shin splint's been, pain's been going on, and kind of the best management at this point in time. And Mary, thank you for jumping on here on the live. So again, guys, if this was helpful at all, hit the like, hit the love button, tag a runner who's in the group that you think would benefit from these exercises during their workouts. We're getting into the holiday season. It's an awesome time of the year, and I hope to see many of you this Sunday in New Haven. Let's spark off one last pre-race warm-up, prime the body before go time, especially for a 5K, guys. You got to warm up. There's no reason you should literally be running in the cold and not warmed up, because don't even expect to go out 100% for that 5K. If you're looking to walk it, if you're looking to go out for a nice easy jog and you want to talk the whole time, that's fine. But if you're going to run it hard, you need to prime your body. You need to do a warm-up jog, get the core body temperature up, do a nice dynamic warm-up. All right, guys? Hope to see you on Saturday. I hope this was really helpful for you. And again, guys, I'm thankful for you. So thanks for always tuning in. Thanks for all the support. And have a great night. Until next time. Bye.